Hello there everyone, and welcome to another Eagle Moss Star Trek Starship Collection review modelly hootenanny. My god, I'd never get used to saying this, do I? So, today we are doing the USS Raven. For some reason I didn't think it had USS in the name there, hence the hesitation. So we're doing the USS Raven, and it is the NAR 32450. And as you can probably tell in the background by this massive nose that you can see, we're going to be having a look at the magazine again, because apparently that's something that you actually quite liked. So, you see, I listen. So let's start by zoomy, oot. Get the focus, there we go, production. Move you to one side, and there we have the USS Raven. This is an odd ship. Crew 3, I mean, presumably it could have more, but it's basically sort of the runabout of its day, this little puppy. Although noticeably very Voyager-esque nacelles, given that it was supposed to be pre-Enterprise D. But hey-ho. And there we are. So I've got a very flat profile about it. 90 metres approximately, and it was destroyed in 2374. So there's a bit talking about the actual Raven itself. It was a scientific vessel, if I remember the episode correctly. It was designed to operate independently for long periods with a minimum crew. In 2353, it was assigned to a husband and wife team of scientists who wanted to study a rumoured race of cybernetic beings. They did get themselves into quite a quandary in the series with the Borg, because obviously their first origins were when Q threw the Enterprise into the face of the first cube in 2364 or something like that, and ever since then they've been like, oh no, but we want to explore the origins of them, and they kind of just do a hackneyed job of the whole thing. So, again, we have a lot of the original renders there, and you've even got this quite snazzy one here of it facing up against a Borg cube, which is quite fun. Lots of family photos, mainly from the actual episode itself. We have the details about the ship, so we have a forward sensor array, an aft sensor array. The navigational deflector is kind of tucked in this alcovey bit here. An entry hatch, very useful if you want to get in it. Plasma coils, they're the blued puppies. Crew windows, formation lights, and flight deck windows. This didn't have an actual bridge. It was, again, very much sort of a shuttle and a baby ship, all sort of merged together. And then you've got the design of the Raven. So the crashed Raven. So there's a few little bits of handwriting here. Borg spidery plantons, it says there at the top. So if you ever want to know what the assimilated sort of gadgetry is that you get on a Starship, that's what they're called. They're called spidery plantons. Wonderful. There's also a note here about the hull colour. Should be grey, warm grey or tan, not Starfleet blue. Interesting. They wanted to very much differentiate it. And then it's talking about the episode in which it was ultimately featured. And then what's coming next time. Cool, so no major errors, but again, easy to get away with it when you have a ship that basically didn't feature very much. So here we have it, the Raven in all its sort of glory, I guess? I can't tell if this is a nice ship or not, to be honest. It's certainly a very popular one. So we've got this. Do you know what? I quite like that profile. It is, there's something of an animal about that. Kind of like a bat, maybe? I don't know. It's kind of like a warbird, actually, now I'm looking at it weirdly. Yep, you've got those very Voyager-y nacelles, it does have to be said, doesn't it? Star Trek's quite bad at this, getting design elements from certain eras correct. Discovery is a very good example of that one. You've got that nose-on feature there. The cockpit windows are grey. They're not clear because they then have to do interior design as well. Then you've got all this... I think these were sensor pallets, if memory serves correctly. I did just read about it, to be fair. These were intake exhausts for the impulse engines, I believe, and they came out the bottom there. I think this thing's also supposed to have a shuttle bay. Well, I'm not seeing any evidence of what. I think it was maybe intended to have a shuttle bay originally, and then it ultimately did not. You've got the NAR. I don't know what NAR stands. To be fair, apparently NCC doesn't stand for anything. It's just a snazzy little word. So the whole thing is basically one piece of plastic. I don't think there's actually any. Oh no, I tell a lie. The wings are the metal bit on this one. Odd choice. Okay, cool. You do have transparent plastic on this, which is a complete waste because you can't light it from the other end because the other side is solid plastic, so it doesn't make any sense having that there. really. You might as well just paint it. Yeah, it's weird choices on some of these ships. It's like they haven't quite thought it through or something. You've got all the basic detailing. Again, because of how they make these, there is some really like microscopic details on some of these. You've got the deflector, I suppose, panel there, haven't you? It's not a traditional deflector. All the sensor palettes here. This one is kind of a Starfleet bluey grey colour, so they didn't quite get it with that whole wanting tan or warm grey, although there are different shades accenting different areas. So you have the wing pylons, I suppose you'd call them, a warmer grey than the rest of it, but it is definitely sort of a bluish grey that you've got about this one. It's perfectly solid because it is just one piece of plastic. I mean, you can throw it about, chuck it across the room, use it as a dog toy, whatever you want. But yeah, I mean, it's perfectly accurate. The problem with a lot of these is that, you can't tell how accurate they are because a lot of the ones that I get anyway, haven't had a lot of screen time. That was the USS Raven. It's a nice little ship, and again, a perfectly good addition to any collection. The stand and everything else are perfectly sturdy. It's not going to fall to bits, basically. And it is a talking point for any Voyager fans. What do you think of this ship? Did you like it? Did you not like the design of it? Were there certain bits that grated on you? Have you got the model? Do you like it? Has it broken? Tell me all the stories. Thumb the video if you've enjoyed it, and also please do subscribe to the channel if you are enjoying these reviews and on other geeky topics as well. I'd also like to hear suggestions about which of these ships you'd like me to do next, because there is a plethora, and I'm intrigued to see what people would like to see me talk about, I suppose. That sentence kind of started failing on me. Anyway, do things.